Okay guys, welcome back to the channel. Delighted to be down in Southern California.
Yes.
Hello, CPC with our old pal Johnny
Welcome, welcome to the West Coast, even though we all live in Toronto, but we're here.
Exactly. And we'd rather be here at this time of year.
Yes.
Much rather be here. And we're here for good reason. We're here to talk about the brand new launch, brand new line.
Big launch.
Yeah.
You know, paradigm for a true paradigm shift, as they say.
Right.
You know, we'll get into the whole story of it, but it's 360 carbon chassis. Different, I'd say more player shapes across the board.
Yep.
We change the shaping a little bit, and the idea is to, with the weight savings you get from the carbon crown and the carbon bottom, is redistribute that weight out to the outside of the perimeter, which is a beefed up MOI versus what we have with Rogue.
Right.
So anytime you move weight around and move it to the outside of the driver, makes the face faster, makes the driver more stable, and we did that with every driver that we have in the line. So it's a pretty cool story.
Yeah, I think people will definitely, the paradigm shift is an indication of a change in direction for Callaway, right? So, Rogue, Epic, and Maverick kind of had the kind of line for the last several years.
Yeah, great drivers too.
Great drivers,
yeah.
And they kind of cycle through that. We were probably expecting another iteration of one of those.
Yeah, everything about this, the Paradigm heads, and this goes all the way through fairways and everything else, is jailbreak's different, the technology's different, the weight distribution's different, the shapes are a little different.
So I think a simplified story in terms of the SKUs. We're obviously going to test drivers in this video, but across the board, we've got 3 drivers, 3 fairway woods, 2 hybrids, 2 irons to look at.
Yeah, so we'll start with the drivers since this is the driver video. We have Paradigm here.
The standard.
That's our standard. That's one that's going to be right up your guts, your fastball down the middle.
Yep.
Then we have the Paradym X, which typically we've always had like a Max D or something like that. This is not a draw bias driver. It's the most draw bias of the bunch.
Okay.
But it's not a heel weighted story. It's just going to be a little bit easier to turn over, and that's more of a spin integrity thing than anything.
Okay.
And then we go to the triple diamond. There's not a triple diamond LS. It's just a straight up triple diamond.
Okay.
What they did was sort of marry the 2 drivers together, so you're going to get that 450 cc per head shape. The head's a little bit smaller this way, and that's
shape.
the coolest. To me, it's the best looking triple diamond head we've made.
Yeah,
I would agree with that.
And it's not super low spin. It's not super low launching. It's just it kind of sits in that nice fun pocket where everybody kind of wanted to be. So
yeah, and I love the simplifying of the SKUs and the lineup, because for me it was getting busy. Yeah. There was triple diamond, there was Max LS, there was you had the triple diamond S.
Yeah, we had triple diamond S, LS, triple diamond. We had we had another Max LST head on the truck. We had a bunch, but the nice thing, what we've tried to do, and I've said this a few times, everything we've done has led us up to this point to be able to say, no, look, we got 3 drivers now. Yeah. So they're, theoretically, at this point in the game, there's not going to be like a special one-off head for our guys. Our staff will either be in Paradigm or they'll be in triple diamond.
Nice. Love it.
Yeah.
Love it.
Okay. Paradigm is the adjustable one. We'll start with that.
Yes, and I forgot to mention, you have the sliding weight back here.
Yeah.
Which is obviously going to further dial in the fittings, dial in shot shape and whatnot. Paradigm X doesn't have that weight in the back, and Triple Diamond's got its Typical Sub-Zero, I would call it, weighting system.
Yeah, people will be very familiar with the movable weight here. 14 in the front, 2 in the back. Quite a lot to shift around. Yeah.
What the secret sauce to this thing, in my testing, if you take this 14 gram weight and move it back, then you get like if you like to play with a little bit of spin, it's foolproof.
That's probably what I'll prefer, is the weight of the back.
I think so. I mean, I think, and then the counter to that, obviously, when you go up in loft is the ability to put the, to get the loft up,
drive it forward,
to get the launch angle, where you need it, but kind of manage the peak with where your CG is there. So it's great to have the options.
Most of our staff's moving this weight back.
Yeah. I mean, it makes sense, because then you can maximize the ball speed through the loft being down. Makes total sense.
Okay. Yeah, we got some fun stuff. I'm excited to see Iron Byron here.
I'll do my best.
There you go.
That one's good.
Yep.
Like the spin came down a bit.
Yep.
It's a nice little rocket, Matty.
That was good. A little down the right, but hit well.
Quick, 169 on ball, 117 clubs, good.
It's a bit towed, actually. That's the best.
See, but watch how that thing flies though. That's out of the toe.
Yeah, it flew great.
For launch, it was 11.6.
There you go, that's better.
2400 spin, Matty, 289 on the fly.
That's nice.
108 on the peak.
There you go.
That hit really solid.
Really good.
Oh, belted.
Probably the best one I hit. That was a good result. I hit that really far on the heel.
That was. Did you really?
Yeah, such a good result.
Really good result.
Clanked it in the heel, but it felt great.
169 ball speed, 2700 spin out of the heel.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was great.
Just a little missile.
That's better.
So good.
This is, I mean, it's a very easy to hit driver, this thing. I find it very easy to hit.
Yeah.
I think even with the weight just in the middle, we'll play around with it when we get home.
Totally.
But for now, suits me okay.
Yeah. If that was a driver you're going to play, I'd move that weight out towards the toe.
Just to protect against the shot.
Sure. Yeah. I think your lines would straighten up an awful lot. Like
you think
some of these, yeah, they
just a bit curvy.
Just a little bit curvy. If we can move over and just have a quick peek at the gathering of strikes.
Are they toe side slightly?
Yeah. You had one in the heel that you said flew really good.
It did, yeah.
Anytime you catch it toey, so the heely one is straight and the toey one is curving.
Yeah.
So we'll try and minimise that a little bit, but other than that, it looked
this
really
is great.
solid.
I mean, as a driver that we just kind of popped a shaft and hit a few balls with, I'm impressed with that.
Totally.
And it sounds and feels really good.
Let's switch her up.
All right, so we got the X model now.
Paradym X.
So you said it's not draw bias, but it's slightly more than the other two.
Of the three, it's the one that's the easiest to turn
over. Okay.
It's
thin.
Different.
Pretty good for a thin shot.
Different sound.
Yeah, that one's going to have a slightly different acoustic to it, just a
Does
little
it?
bit of head design, yeah.
Definitely wants to draw.
Yeah, you can get the draw cooking with this one, Matty
Felt
boy.
like
Got the ball speed kicked up though.
The swing felt good. I just I have to fight it to not make it turn over.
So apples to apples, the same strikes as before. You got about 300 or 400 RPMs more spin with this one.
I see that, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I feel like just a
that
good
was a
swing.
pretty good swing.
It just looks like it wants to draw an extra 15 yards.
Totally.
Yep.
So it's working.
Wants to draw another 15 yards with spin.
With spin, which is nice.
Which is pretty cool.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, you've neutralized it for sure. There's no question.
The shape of it is changed a lot.
It's nice to see the height on the ball, though.
Yeah.
So you were able to get it something that goes high. It's obviously on the higher spin, like Johnny said. It's meant to. This is a 10.5, so meant to give someone a little more lift.
Did you put it at 9?
It's at 9 now, yeah. So in the dynamic loft, so it just does go to show though the influence that CG has on delivering the amount of loft, right? So when we talk about drivers and you know the amount of spin they retain, everything is in dynamics, right? So having more spin is due to your ability to produce the head in a different way.
Yeah.
So we're presenting the loft more up relative to your angle of attack, which is what's kicked your spin up another 1,000.
I see.
Right, so we've gained 3.5 degrees of dynamic loft versus the standard Paradym. We've been through the neutral head in the Paradym, the slightly draw bias, which we found on the X model, and this we're going to say neutral fade.
Sure.
Neutral fade, okay.
Lord, that's close, just a hair too low in spin.
2 strike, high, yeah.
So there's your kind of into your bomber territory though. 12 launch, 1475. That one went 316, but we're looking for about still another 25 feet height.
It's pretty good.
That's very good.
Yeah.
Again, we need 400 RPMs of spin back on our side, but
you'd be laughing. That, I mean, for a toe strike, that did really well.
Really good.
I would be happy with that on the course. And good ball speed too. 170 is not slow.
And that was a decent amount. I mean, 11 millimeters in the toe is quite a bit. Okay, the speed. This is the speed head for you for sure.
Very fast. That's nice.
Okay.
Well, good. That's nice. No, it didn't turn over, but
that's your best ball flight with
that's the best
triple.
one.
Yeah,
yeah,
that was good. 104 peak, land angle's good. 170 ball.
Proper that one, yeah. It's not bad. Toey.
Gotta say though, your toe strikes out of it with this thing. Well, actually, all these drivers are pretty damn good.
I mean, that's 16 millimeters in the toe. So
it's a lot.
5 dimples of a golf ball towards the toe side, and it's spun at 23.39.
It's nice. It's good to see.
That's where drivers are getting better right now.
That was pounded.
Felt really good.
That would be considered, in my eyes, that would be your low spin draw.
Yes.
A 2139, 170, almost 172 ball.
Mm-hmm.
If anything, I'd like to, I mean, I don't know if you agree with this, I'd like to see that go up about 15 or 20 feet in the air.
Yeah, I mean,
it's a little low.
Ooh.
That one's really good. Bit thin, actually.
A wee bit thin. Yeah. Came out with a hair on the low side. We're just kind of missing, and I'd be interested to do more testing with you and actually just regular Paradym.
Nice, Matty.
Like, all the miss hits are good. I didn't strike that great, but it's online.
These are super playable. I mean,
I really like this
really
driver.
like to go play with that kind of little like flat draw.
Yeah, it's not hurting you. It may not be the longest ball, but you'd get tons of run.
Yeah. All right, laddie, what did you think?
I was really impressed. Yeah, I think you caught it right. The adjustable Paradym X, I think, was the most comfortable.
The Paradym?
Sorry, not the X, the regular Paradym. Would like to see when we get home the sliding weight on the Paradym to see if the toe side would help me, because I tend to be striking it a bit toe. But this guy, the triple diamond with a bit more loft starting, I wouldn't mind testing that again as well, because I think I got my fastest ball speed with this.
Yep.
And we starting to got the flight a little bit more straight. I just think it's a little bit lower launch and lower spin than I need right now.
Yeah, I feel like this, like triple diamond with 10.5 with neutral weighting, might be a fun test to do with him.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. Day to day though, I just think your strike, your bias towards that toe strike for you is where you fear the driver on the toe side.
It'd be nice to have the comfort to know that one's protecting me against a toe hook.
And you got a longer, I call it blade length, but longer heel to toe on that Paradym driver, so you have a little bit less face rotation.
Yeah, this is a little bit more compact, isn't it? No, I was really impressed. I think they sound and feel really, really good. Probably the best sound I've had from a Callaway in years that I can remember.
Without a doubt. Yeah. Color scheme
is nice.
I think Maverick into Epic, those two I didn't personally enjoy. I really liked Rogue last year. I thought black and gold was classy. Great. This to me though is just exceptional. I love it's
a really good shelf.
Love the blue gold. Shocker, I love the blue, but the blue with the gold.
What a surprise.
All right guys, well, initial impressions, you guys can see we're really, really looking forward to getting this back to the studio and kind of unwrapping it and kind of building it back up and finding shafts for Matty that's
different shafts
that's going to really cater to your taste, and we're going to learn more about it as the kind of next couple months goes on.
So am I.
Yeah. That's the part that I think we have to acknowledge a little bit more when we do these things. Is we don't really know. None of us really know what this is like in life yet.
It fits. Yeah.
So it'll be fun to let it kind of play out as it's going to, but we're very impressed as it is.
Yeah. Definitely a good first impression.
Good stuff. Okay, guys, lots more to test. We've got some fairways, hybrids, and some irons, and then a deeper dive once obviously we're back to the studio. So stay tuned for that, and we'll see you again soon.